Silicon Valley corporations said almost immediately, your YouTubes and your, well, I know about that, and your Facebooks, we are going to censor people that question the World Health Organization narrative of COVID. Yeah. Now, from a it's all random and not connected and there's no conspiracy point of view, that's bloody bewildering.
Yeah. Well, we were there and it didn't make sense.
Why would communication organizations that make their money from people posting their views say right at the start, we are going to censor those that challenge the World Health Organization view? Well, World Health Organization was created by the Rockefellers in 1948. It's currently run by its biggest funder, a Rockefeller gopher called Bill Gates, who appointed this corrupt man from Ethiopia, Tedros, the Director General. And so the World Health Organization is a global cult operation. And as I've said in the books over the years and years and years, it was created specifically to control health policy worldwide under one roof and with a handful of people. That's exactly what's happened. And they want to introduce this treaty in which this corrupt Tedros can announce a pandemic on the basis of no evidence. And once he's done that, all the member countries, which is most of the world, have to do what the World Health Organization tells them. So, web organization. Ooh. Look at the background to Facebook and the background to many of these Silicon Valley platforms. And you'll see the CIA through its technological investment arm called InQtel or IQT. And you'll see DARPA, the technological development arm of the Pentagon, both of which are global cult organizations. And so Silicon Valley is controlled by the web in its inner core. So is the World Health Organization. So what you've got is the World Health Organization putting out the cult narrative, and the Silicon Valley corporations defending the cult narrative through the World Health Organization from exposure to protect the narrative so the narrative goes unchallenged, which without the tenacity of the alternative media, it would have done. And then you look at this fake vaccine, which doesn't meet the criteria of vaccine. They actually changed the criteria to fit when it was pointed out that it doesn't fit the criteria of a vaccine. It's gene therapy. Genetic manipulation through synthetic genetic material. It's not a vaccine. That's why it's caused mayhem, and enormous numbers of people have died, and growing all the time because the content of the vaccine is self-replicating, not least through nanotechnology, and so it's impacting on the body more and more in so many people. And even more than have died, and they're enormous numbers now, are even a greater number who've had their health destroyed for life. And you look at the trials that Pfizer and Moderna and all these people that are doing this mRNA synthetic genetic material fake vaccine, they don't exist. And those that were done, as they've been forced to reveal the contents of the trials, pathetic as they were, they did do, it's becoming obvious that they knew what was going to happen because the trials showed them. Pfizer tried to, with help from the government agencies in America, who's supposed to be protecting us from Pfizer, tried to get them shut down for 75 years. That no one would see the contents of the trials for 75 years. Fortunately, a judge overturned that, and what's come out is unbelievable. They knew that women were going to lose their children in pregnancy in great numbers, vast numbers. And you had television doctors in this country, pathetic, going on television, and if a doctor goes on television, he's going to give you the official version, because a doctor that won't will never get on there. We're telling people at the same time, pregnant women, it's perfectly safe and effective. No problems with it. Well, they didn't know that. So why would government agencies like the CDC and the FDA and the MHRA in Britain give permission to Pfizer, Moderna, and these other clowns and psychopaths to use this fake vaccine on people without any proper trials, and when the trials that were done were catastrophic? Why would they do that? Same story. Big Pharma was in effect created by the Rockefellers. J.D. Rockefeller, the oil tycoon. A whole story in detail can be told about that. Big Pharma is a global cult operation. But the global cult also controls the CDC, the FDA, and the MHRA in Britain. And so what's happening is Pfizer and Moderna are going to these agencies, Pfizer and Moderna being expressions of the global cult, to ask other expressions of the global cult, the regulatory agencies, to give them permission to use the fake vaccine, which is the global cult agenda that it's used. And that's why, despite the catastrophic effects on people, covered up by a media that beggars belief in terms of its corruption and stupidity, because they've got kids as well. Despite, even by government figures, like the VAERS system in America and the yellow card system in Britain, where doctors and people report the effects of vaccines. And a Harvard study, I think it was in 2010, found that only about 1% of fake vaccine and vaccine reports actually get onto these systems. And even that small number is massive now, right? And yet, these agencies, these regulatory agencies, keep giving permission to these pharmaceutical companies to give not only the fake vaccine they've already created to lower and lower age groups, right down to babies, but they've just given Moderna, in Britain, permission to use another one that's not been tested. Why? Where's the protection? Big Pharma, owned by the cult. Regulatory agencies, owned by the cult. The cult is asking the cult for permission to advance the cult agenda by jabbing the global population.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.